Over 1 million boxes of Kraft Mac and Cheese are eaten every single day in the US. And that's not even counting the rest of the world. It's one of the most popular comfort foods ever made. And yet, most people have no idea how it actually gets made. From durum wheat to powdered cheese to that famous blue box, the process is packed with more behind-the-scenes action than you'd expect. So, how do we delve into that and more here in the process world?
Create your own symphony. Or rattle some Dino Bonies.
It's that cheesy macaroni. Cause when that cheese starts flowing, that gets your noodle going.
You see, Kraft Mac and Cheese didn't just show up in our kitchen shelves out of nowhere. It was started way back in 1937, right in the middle of the Great Depression. At the time, money was tight, and people needed quick meals that didn't cost so much. That's when a salesman came up with the idea to sell pasta and cheese together in one package. Kraft picked up the idea and turned it into a full product. Macaroni plus a packet of powdered cheese, all boxed up and easy to cook. It didn't take long for it to catch on. During World War II, when meat and dairy were being rationed, this little box became a lifesaver. 2 boxes for 1 ration stamp made it a popular go-to meal. Over the years, it kept growing in popularity. Today, it's sold all over the world, with millions of boxes flying off the shelves every week. What started as a simple idea turned into a food staple that's still going strong nearly a century later. But how is it made? Before we get into that, please leave a like and subscribe for more amazing videos like this one. Now, moving on. When you open a box of Kraft Mac and Cheese, it looks pretty simple. Just a bunch of dry elbow macaroni and a shiny packet of orange powder. But there's a lot more going on than it seems. The pasta is made from durum wheat semolina, which is a high-quality wheat known for holding its shape well when cooked. That's how macaroni stays firm and doesn't fall apart in the pot. Then there's the cheese powder. It actually starts with real cheese, which is then processed and mixed with other ingredients like milk solids, butter, and seasoning. To give it that smooth texture when cooked, an ingredient called sodium phosphate is added. It helps the sauce blend evenly with the water and butter when you stir it all together. As for the bright color, Kraft used to rely on artificial dyes, but now they use natural sources like turmeric, paprika, and annatto. So while the ingredient list may seem short, every part is designed to give that classic taste people have known for generations. Now, before anything gets near the factory machines, the core ingredients are all getting special treatment. It starts with the wheat. Kraft uses durum wheat, which is known for being dense and strong. Perfect for making pasta that holds up during boiling. The wheat is cleaned, ground into semolina, and stored until it's time to become macaroni. Meanwhile, the cheese goes through its own process. Real cheese is made in large batches, then shredded and melted down into smooth cheese sauce. The sauce is blended with milk ingredients, seasonings, and emulsifiers to get that creamy flavor that Kraft is known for. From there, it moves into a dehydration stage. Industrial machines carefully remove the moisture from the sauce, turning it into a dry powder without losing its taste. That powder is then sifted, tested, and stored, ready to be packed later with the pasta. Once the ingredients are ready, the real action kicks off on the factory floor. The first step is the pasta line. The semolina dough is pushed through special molds that shape it into elbow macaroni. These freshly formed pieces are then dried using large machines that control both temperature and moisture. This step locks in the pasta's texture so it cooks just right at home. Meanwhile, the cheese powder is moving through its own system. It's poured into mixing machines where it's blended to keep the flavor consistent. Every batch goes through checks to make sure that the texture is smooth and the color stays even. Kraft uses strict quality controls here, testing for taste, safety, and appearance before anything goes further. Then it all comes together. The dried macaroni is portioned out by weight, and each amount is paired with a sealed cheese powder packet. Automated systems move fast, filling box after box with speed and accuracy. Each unit is checked, closed, and sent off to be packed in larger cartons. The dry macaroni is poured into the signature blue box, and right along it goes the sealed cheese powder packet. These packets are tightly packed to protect the powder from moisture and air, which helps keep the flavor and texture just right. After filling, machines seal each box shut and check that the weight is accurate and the edges are tight. If anything is off, even slightly, it's pulled out and sent back for review. Every box is labeled with cooking instructions, nutritional info, and Kraft's bold branding. Over time, Kraft has updated the design, like adding the noodle smile to make the box more eye-catching. Once the boxes are packed and sealed, the next step is getting them out into the world. The factory loads them into large cartons, which are then stacked onto pallets. These pallets are wrapped tightly to keep everything in place during transport. From there, they're moved into distribution centers where orders are organized and sent out to different locations. Kraft works with a large-scale logistics network to make sure that the deliveries are fast and well-coordinated. Trucks are loaded based on demand from stores and warehouses across the country, and even internationally. The goal is to get the product from the factory to the store shelves while keeping it fresh and undamaged. Every step, from stacking to shipping, is tracked with scanning systems that help monitor where each batch is headed. This helps Kraft respond to restocks and make sure that stores don't run low. By the time the box lands on the shelf, it's already been through a full journey. One that's built on speed, timing, and a whole lot of planning. But before we wrap it up, here are some things that you didn't know. You see, Kraft Mac and Cheese has become more than just a meal. It's part of a food culture. Every year, Kraft sells millions of boxes a day, and that number has held steady for decades. In Canada, it's so popular it's just called KD, and it's considered a go-to comfort food across all age groups. Over the years, the recipe has gone through a few changes. One of the biggest ones came in 2015 when Kraft removed artificial flavors, preservatives, and synthetic dyes from the cheese powder. They made the switch quietly and most people didn't even notice a difference. That update brought in ingredients like turmeric and paprika to give it that same golden color without using artificial colorants. They've also added more options to match different diets. You can now find gluten-free versions and even organic ones in some stores. On the outside, the box has gone through a few updates too, like the Noodle Smile logo, which made the brand feel a bit more playful and modern. There's even been a limited edition ice cream flavor made from Kraft Mac N Cheese, which caught a lot of attention online. And in the world of speed eating, the record for eating an entire box of Kraft Mac N Cheese is under a minute. Interestingly, one of the reasons Kraft Mac N Cheese became a household staple is how long it can sit in your cupboard without going bad. That's all thanks to how the ingredients are made and stored. Even the packaging plays a big role. The box and sealed cheese packet are both designed to keep out air, moisture, and light. These things can break down food over time, so blocking them helps the flavor and texture stay the same. The result is a meal that can last months on your shelf while still tasting fresh when you make it. All of that is planned from the start, long before it even reaches the store. All of this shows just how much that simple blue box has stayed in the spotlight, from kitchen tables to internet trends. So now that you know how a simple box of pasta and powder go through a full-blown factory journey, here's the real question. If Kraft can turn cheese sauce into a shelf-stable powder, what other everyday foods are hiding wild secrets behind the scenes? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.